What talents are hiding at UIC? Well, this show is made especially for you, to show you the endless possibilities of what you can accomplish. So let's see what your peers are up to. And while you're at it, get inspired. On this episode of Get Inspired, we're talking with Trent Thompson, who's a senior here at UIC and an animation major. So, Trent, when did you start?
Well, I started the whole comic thing when I was a kid, actually. I've been drawing ever since I was young. I'd say about 5th grade, 4th grade, I started doing comics on my own, humorous types. And then after I got into like junior high, I moved on to more serious kind of comics and really got into storytelling. And after that, it just kind of took off.
Are you interested in anything else?
Not really, believe it or not. I've always asked myself, like, what can I do besides animation? I wondered if, you know, when I came to college, if maybe I could be a business major, or maybe I could do entrepreneurship, start my own business or whatever. But I always just realized that I've been meant to do like animation and drawing. I've done it my whole life. You know, I don't know anything else really. I just feel like that's all I can do, as far as not my ability, but just as far as that's all I'm motivated to do.
So what do you feel best represents your work?
I would have to go with my website that I have online right now at mysticwayproductions.com. I think that it's really a good project that I've worked on. It took a while, and it really came out the way I wanted it to. And that was the most important part, is that, yeah, I had an idea of what I wanted to have on there. And as far as the layout, graphics, color schemes, it really came out as detailed and clear and crisp as I wanted the idea to come out as. Yeah, I think it really translates the feel of it. It really comes off like that.
Yeah, because usually sometimes it doesn't work out quite the way you hope so. So, like, how do you come up with your ideas, and, you know, how do you start on something?
Well, most of the ideas that I come up with can usually either come from, as weird as it sounds, other shows sometimes.
Yeah.
But not as far as their storylines, more like their themes. You know, like Feudal Japan, or maybe mysterious crime-based shows or whatever. The ideas usually are just more so tweaked when I try to add a different element to it. I find that most of the best shows that have ever existed, in my opinion, you know, like Akira or the Samurai Champloo is a good show. They combine two elements that are unrelated, but at the same time complement one another.
Right.
Like, for example, Samurai Champloo is a show about samurais, and they're going around this trip. But it's got a hip-hop feel to it. It's they have a lot of rap songs in the background of fight scenes. But those two are contrasting because they're two different time periods, but at the same time, they are the same because in the same free style. So that's the feel I try to give each of mine, just different but complementing parts.
So how do you come up with the theme for your story, though? How do you figure out how you're going to tell this story?
Okay, the story, I've tried to go about it as telling it by, well, the simple laws you have to follow pretty much. Of course, it has to be clear, and it has to have a beginning, middle, end. But aside from that, I try to pace it well, which is what you have to do with any story. But also, I try to look for certain opportunities to have parts that really grab out to people, such as like characters, how they are affects how they're going to interact. You know, time period, all that stuff affects everything else. So what I try to do is try to have the most important scenes where people can relate to that scene, relate to that character, relate to that statement, you know. And then the story develops when you just want to throw a twist in there, have the main character die maybe. Just have it be different from everything else, good as far as realistic in its storytelling.
Now, do you use the computer at all to create your artwork, or is it all done by hand?
Originally, I have to draw everything out first.
Okay.
First, I would have to draw by pencil. I usually start by sketching on my sketch pad, and then we go to scanning it in the computer, From then on, it's pretty much Photoshop, adjusting layers and the colors of everything so that the ink looks right, and just give it some fleshiness and tone, add text, and you pretty much have yourself a comic. Do that a couple hundred times. And,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. It sounds like a long process too, but
yeah, it takes resources.
Yeah, but in the end, it's all worth it, right?
It definitely is. Yeah.
So what is your favorite character?
A town favorite is Leiden. Everyone likes him. Like everyone I show, it's like, oh, that's a cool character. He has cool hair or whatever, and they really like him. So I think in the story they'll like him a lot once I get it developed online.
Yeah.
I think he'll be a favorite.
So when do you find time to do this besides school and work and everything?
Oh, I find time. Well, as you know, like back in when I was in junior high, I'd have time to do that stuff in class,
Yeah.
And get in trouble for it. But now it's pretty much just around class. And now that I'm not doing track anymore, I have more time to do other things too, like that. So this fall especially, I plan on doing a lot of spare time towards that. When I'm not in class, when I'm not eating lunch or hanging out, it's going to be pretty much like a second job.
So what inspires you? Like, do you just see something on the street and just...
As far as story, I'm really trying to be different. I want to put more emotion into stories. Because I know some of the greatest stories of all time have been ones that have made you feel, made you cry, made you laugh.
Right.
And that's what you really go to a movie for, to feel,
Yeah.
So I feel that if I make my stories have that element and just a combination of, love, betrayal, death and whatever, it really brings a bunch of emotions out of you and the viewer and can make them relate more and just help them come out of the whole experience being a different person.
Wow. Because that's a lot of things you don't see in like cartoons or animated things these days.
Yeah.
It's a lot of emotional things.
Yes.
But,
Yeah.
oh, that's great. So what would you say to someone that, would be interested in this line of work? What would you say to them to inspire them?
I'd say to just jump in there and to just get started, because the more time you waste doing nothing and being afraid of, well, can I do it, and I wonder if I'll be able to or good enough, that's time that you need at that time,
Right.
If you're younger especially, to develop your skills, develop your talents, and to just go out there and have the courage to go out there and do it.
Right.
Because if you don't, you're wasting time and cutting yourself short, So it's
Right.
better to try, fail, and learn from it than to not try at all.
What classes at UIC helped you in your chosen field?
Well, I would have to say my Animation 1 class, for sure. That was taught by Todd Matei, really good professor. The class, we dealt with a lot of Adobe After Effects, but mainly what I liked most about it was that it gave us time to do our own thing.
Yeah.
A couple projects weren't with Adobe, but they were more so just, okay, do what you want to do and just do it. We could do stop motion animation, like Gumby style, or
Oh,
we could
wow.
do like 2D stuff.
What are your goals for the future?
My goals are to eventually go to graduate school in California at University of Southern California.
Okay.
I believe they have a good faculty there and could nurture my skills, hopefully.
Yeah.
That, and I also plan on going to Japan at some point in time.
Wow.
Yeah, to just go over there and just, put both feet in the door and just see what's out there, get exposure, and get exposure to the, the area, the land, the people, the culture, and everything, That
Right.
and, good food.
Yeah, that's all the questions I have for today, but you're a great interview, Trent.
Thank you, and you're a good
It's
host.
amazing. Oh, thank you. Instead of looking at the hidden talents of your peers on campus, I decided to look for some inspirational words of wisdom to get you all motivated for school. So let's take a look at what they had to say. We're here on campus with Tara Katan, Zach, Sana,
Kathleen Tai.
What are you majoring in?
Probably, I'm in biology, but I am probably going to change to psychology soon.
My major is hospital administration.
What interests you in psychology?
Just the theory of it. I like helping people with their problems, so that kind of inspired me to change my major.
What's your major?
I'm majoring in biology.
And what's your major?
Pre-farm.
What inspires you about biology? What makes you want to study biology?
I'm just inspired by my high school AP bio teacher. He's really short, kind of pudgy, unmarried, and doesn't make a lot of money. And I was just like blown away. I was like, that's me. I want to be that. And now I'm studying biology.
How'd you get into that?
I just signed up for the GPPA program. I was interested in pharmacy, so then I got in.
Wow, congratulations. That's a hard program to get into. Are you in the honors college and GPPA and all that?
I am, because all the cool kids are in the honors college. And that's what my mom tells me, to keep my self-esteem high.
What year are you?
I'm a freshman.
Sophomore.
You're sophomore? All right. You're a freshman?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. How do you like it so far?
It's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just normal.
I'm a freshman, but my transcript says sophomore because I'm just that cool with my AP courses.
Wow, that is pretty cool. You like your teachers and everything?
Overall, they're pretty good. Some have accents, but I manage.
It's a little tough, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any hidden talents, Tarek, that you could show us today?
No, I'm not that talented. That's why I just make sarcastic comments into cameras to make up for my lack of talent.
You're special because you're in the honors college.
Exactly.
So that makes up for everything right there.
Everything.
Yeah. So what are you interested in other than pharmacy?
I like dance and I like to play music. Like I'm in the band and stuff. And yeah, I like to volunteer with the volunteer new student and LVS.
So what are you interested in?
Just the normal things: school, reading, playing sports.
What kind of sports do you like?
I like basketball. I've played for a long time now, a few years.
So what inspires you to do all this stuff?
I think it's just like, well, first of all, I like to keep myself busy, and just like because I'm interested in it, I like helping out, and it's just fun. And I get to like know people on campus and stuff.
Yeah, it's a big growth opportunity, right? Is there anything you'd like to say today? Any motivational words of wisdom?
Any motivational words of wisdom?
Be good in school.
Wait. Yeah, study hard but also have fun at it too.
That sounds great.
Don't work too hard, because if you do, you'll do too well, and professors, according to some guy that I just met, don't like it if you try too hard. I don't know why.
That's very interesting, but it makes sense though.
I don't know why it makes sense. If someone can please explain it to me,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So if anybody can explain it, find Tarek on campus and tell him, okay?
It's by Gandhi, and he said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world."
I think people should stop living in the mansions that they think they perfectly build up for themselves and just start digging themselves out of the rubble and go and try to build a new one.
That is very inspirational. From Zachary.
That was a very good quote, and it inspires me.
That is a very good quote. You're very inspirational.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking with us today. It was great talking to you, Tarek. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sana.
Thank you.
And that wraps up that section. So now we're into the gallery portion, where you can see some videos from some of your peers on campus. Our first piece in the gallery portion is by Sarah Joyce and is entitled Orechio Abaca.
Bang, bang, bang. Dunk, bang. Crap. Bang, Bang bang pow pow pow. Bang 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 pow bang 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 pow.
Our next piece today is entitled Elevator Etiquette and is by Carrie Harshbarger.
Yeah, I'm just getting on an elevator. Are you picking me up? Yeah, are we going to, are you picking me up? 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 Hello? Hey.
Hey, you know that guy up on 4th floor? No. Johnson? John Johnson? I know it's like a crazy name, so everyone should know him. Well, like, I'm going to visit him because, well, I'll tell you that in a minute, because the way we met just totally has all to do with this. So we met this one time, and it was like, we were at this party, and he was telling me about this girl. What floor are you going to? Third. But, I mean,
Whoa, whoa, hey, this is my personal space, okay? This, right here, all up here, this is mine, okay? So just step back. Thanks. Hold on for a second, my friend's coming. He was right behind me, really. He should be here any second. Any second. Are you coming?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Hey. Get in. So,
See you. Ready?
So this summer when I was in Australia, John Johnston was in Canada and he was doing the whole Canadian American thing, and like, so hey, what room do you live in? I'll finish the story then. Hey,
so are you picking me up?
The final piece today is Cindy Viagran's I'm Nobody.
I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? Then there's a pair of us. Don't tell. They'd banish us, you know. How dreary to be somebody. How public, like a frog, to tell your name, the livelong day, bog, to an admiring bog. I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? Then there's a pair of us. Don't tell. They'd banish us, you know. How dreary to be somebody. How public, like a frog, to tell your name the livelong day to an admiring bog. Sometimes they don't hear what you have to say. Sometimes they don't even want you to be around anymore. Everything is so social. Everything is so bare. Everything is so social. Everything is so bare.
A special thanks goes out to Sarah Joyce, Carrie Harshbarger, and Cindy Biagnon for showcasing their artwork on our show. Thanks, you guys. If you or anyone you know would like to be showcased on our show, email us at htv33@uic.edu or visit our website at housing.uic.edu/htv33. And that concludes this episode. I'm Kalia Coletta for Get Inspired. Thanks for watching.